I asked you guys to send questions during my first trimester, and then I just asked you guys again now in my second trimester because I just never got to filming the pregnancy Q&A, but I love all of the questions that you guys submitted, so we are gonna jump right in. First question, how will you manage your professional life and now a mom? Congratulations. Thank you so much. I have thought about this so much. I have thought about this since before even getting pregnant. I would always think about like, okay, how do I want to balance work and life? How am I going to work with a baby? I'm definitely going to be a stay-at-home working mom because I already work from home. So I'm also going to be taking care of the baby. I'm trying to plan as best as I can, but I also know that life throws curveballs at you and you just have to figure it out sometimes in the moment. So for right now, I'm working a lot so that when the time comes to have the baby, I can take time off without feeling guilty. I especially just want to take like that first full month or two, or maybe even the whole summer. I'm due in May, and I just want to take as much time to soak up my new baby and be there with him and take it all in and learn his schedule and his habits and just be there for him 100%. I feel really lucky that I get to do that without thinking like, oh, I only have a certain amount of time before I have to go back to work. I'm in this mom forum. So when you're pregnant, you can download the app, What to Expect. And there's a forum and there was a thread there of moms sharing like the maternity leave that they were given by their jobs in the US. And it breaks my heart. It's so sad. It makes me angry how little time moms get to spend with their babies. Sometimes it's unpaid, sometimes it's like partially paid, and it frustrates me so much. I feel like everyone should get like a year off to be with their baby. Like it's just such an important time and such a crucial time in a baby's life. So I could go on and on about this, but I just wish everyone got the chance to spend all the time they wanted with their newborn baby. What I'm doing is just working really hard so that I can save money and that I don't have to worry about like, okay, I have to jump right back into work. I just have like a cushion saved just for like the maternity leave, I'm always struggling to say that word, the maternity leave that I'm basically giving myself because I work for myself. So yeah, that's how I'm planning it. And then in the future, I'm just gonna try to work around baby schedule as much as I can. Once I'm settled into a routine, I'm gonna try to like work when he's napping or when Randy's around. If Randy's not at work, he's also gonna get some time off, which I'm so happy for because he really wants to take time off with the baby as well. So I'm just gonna see how it goes, to be honest. I don't have like a full plan. Then in the future, when he's a little bit bigger, I want to, and I say I want to because I don't know again how it's gonna work out, but I would love to hire a sitter to come a couple times a week in the home and be with baby for a few hours while I get some work done. That way he's still in the home with me and I can have eyes on him and I can jump in whenever they need me, but I can also just take a few hours where I can just focus on getting work done. So that's my plan for now. Of course, once he's here, we'll figure it out and I will update you guys on what's working, what isn't working, and all that good stuff. Next question, will you move again to accommodate your growing family? Congratulations. Thank you again. Yeah, we're definitely going to move again. Our lease is up next fall. So like 5 or 6 months after baby's here, our lease is up and we're going to be moving again. We already know where we're moving and it's a lot more space for us and I cannot wait for that. We're just gonna make it work now. But at the same time, I'm not mad because the baby's gonna be sleeping in the bassinet next to us anyways. Once we do move, then I'll start working on his nursery. I don't have any themes or anything yet, just because like I'm not gonna be working on it now anyways, but yeah, that's our plan. Can you and Randy film a video of baby names that you like? Do you guys want us to do that video? Maybe I can ask Randy if he wants to be in it or not. But like that video where it's like names we love but we're not using, because we already have baby boy's name. We've had it for a very long time. So maybe we can film this video and share some of the other names that we were really liking also. When in your pregnancy did you share the news with family? I'm also preggers. Congrats. Oh, congratulations to you too. So I think our first ultrasound was at about 7 weeks. And that same day that we got the we were so excited. We wanted to tell everyone like immediately. The same day we got the first ultrasound done, that night we went and told my parents, and that weekend we went and told Randy's parents. And before that, I told Ayla before everyone else privately. I never posted these. We recorded like mostly everyone's reaction, but we never shared it. We kind of just wanted it for ourselves. But yeah, I told Ayla privately before anyone else because I just knew she was gonna want to know before everyone. And then we told like our best friends, and then yeah, like right away we were telling people like right away. I couldn't wait. Are you working out during your pregnancy? If so, what kind of workouts? Okay, so in the beginning of my pregnancy, like September to December, I was doing Pilates strictly, and Pilates reformer. So Pilates on the reformer is really, really great because it gets your body ready for labor and like opening up like the pelvic muscles and all that stuff. Like it gets your body ready. My doctor was like, if you keep doing this your whole pregnancy, like that baby's just gonna come right out. I mean, fingers crossed, you never know. So I was doing Pilates, and then December to February, I stopped going to the Pilates studio because that's when the COVID cases were rising a lot, and I got a little nervous because it was like the really contagious one. So I didn't go to Pilates for like 2 months. And instead, I was just going to the gym here in my building and using the treadmill, walking for like 20 minutes, and then doing these pregnancy workouts for like strength training pregnancy workouts. And then now it's like mid-February and I'm back doing Pilates. And it's so much more challenging than when I started. I started Pilates when I was like 6 weeks pregnant, I think. And my body felt completely normal. So now that I have a bump, I'm 26 weeks pregnant now, it is so challenging. But they have like these pregnancy wedges and they modify everything for me. Like today I went to class and there were 3 of us that were pregnant, and they're just so accommodating in that studio and making sure that we're doing everything safely. And I really like it. It's challenging. What are you most looking forward to becoming a mom for the first time? I'm just so excited to meet my baby. Like, I just want to see what he looks like. I want to hold him. I want to know what his personality is going to be like. I'm excited for all of the first moments. Like, how did your parents respond to the news? Oh my God, my parents were so excited. Should I insert the clip of them finding out? They were so happy. They're so, like, both of our parents, like both Randy's parents and my parents are so happy. This is the first grandchild on both sides, and literally both of our entire families are so ecstatic, and it's such a good feeling that everyone is so supportive and everyone is just as excited as we are. I think I'll post the clip of us telling my parents. Open it together.
The Yankees.
It's not gonna pop up.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats.
How many weeks?
7 weeks and 5 days today.
Abuelito.
Do we have a name for RJ, Randy Jr.? We do have a name. I mentioned it earlier. Well, not the name, but I mentioned that yes, we do have baby boy's name, and we'll share the name once he's here. Is your boyfriend allowed to go with you to doctor's visits with COVID? So yeah, in the beginning, he was allowed to go with me to any of the appointments that he wanted to. But then in December, once the cases started rising again, they changed the rules at the hospital that we go to. And I have to go by myself now to the visits, which the only one that I was super bummed about was the anatomy scan. But we're going to be doing a private ultrasound in a few weeks to see baby in like 3D, 4D. And we get to bring our parents. So I'm excited for that. But then other than that, when I go to my monthly checkups, those visits are literally like 10 minutes. So I'm not bummed that he doesn't get to go to those, because all they do is like check my blood pressure, weigh me, have me pee, and then they check baby's heartbeat. So that I'm not too upset about, but he does get to be with me during labor. So as long as he gets to be with me during labor, that's all I care about, because I need him there. And of course he wants to be there. Are you as out of breath as me? I'm due in July and I feel like the stairs are not my friend. Girl, not just stairs, like anything. Like even talking this much, like I'm editing those parts out, but when I finish answering your question, I'm like this. I'm like catching my breath. Cause yeah, I do get out of breath. There's some days that I feel so normal that I'm like, wow, I don't even feel pregnant. And then there's other days where I'm super out of breath and I feel really pregnant, and it is what it is. I can't wait to not, I can't wait to not be pregnant anymore, mainly because I want to meet the baby, and also just to not be pregnant anymore. And I haven't even had a bad pregnancy, but pregnancy is really difficult. Have you struggled with self-body image during this time at all? How are you coping? I think for me, and I'm sure a lot of women can relate, getting pregnant is such a roller coaster ride, and it's so nice that we get these 9 months to prepare. Not only to prepare mentally, like, okay, you're about to have a baby, but also to prepare for the changes that your body goes through, sometimes very quickly and sometimes gradually. I feel like my whole life has always just been about staying in shape, being healthy, being slim, like always like in my head about how I look. And then all of a sudden you get pregnant and your belly starts to grow and your boobs start to grow even more. And there's swelling, like your face is swelling, your body's swelling. And it's definitely been really difficult at times, especially in the beginning. Especially, I would say the roughest part for me was when I was in between of like not really showing, but kind of bloated. Like it wasn't a full bump yet, but it was like bloating. And then once like you get the big bump like I do right now, and I know it's gonna get even a little bigger. Hopefully it doesn't get that big, because I'm small, I'm short, I'm only 5'2". I feel like I can't handle such a big belly. It's difficult to see your body changing in that way, again, because you're so conditioned to always like trying to look your best and be in shape. And it's so weird. Even when I go to work out and I look in the mirror and I have like this bump and I'm like, whoa, like I was so used to like just seeing myself with my flat stomach and my leggings and my flat stomach. I, from the beginning, have just always reminded myself that you are creating a human life. There is a baby inside of you. This baby needs the nutrients, this baby needs you to keep it safe. And it's like a miracle that I literally can't believe a baby is inside of me. I cannot believe that. And I always tell myself like how beautiful my bump looks and how beautiful I feel pregnant. Even when I don't, I'm just like, I always like look at myself in awe, like, wow, there's a baby in here. So I try to give myself those affirmations. And I do get cravings, and when I get cravings, I allow myself to have what I want. But I think if you're not having cravings, just try your best to like eat healthy, because I feel like when I make my meals at home, I feel really great. And when I go to my Pilates class, I feel really great. Like I get a surge of energy after class. So just doing little things like that, like even just going for a walk. If you could just hop on a treadmill or go for a walk. It's really cold where I am now, so I have to settle for the treadmill, but I love going on little walks, and even that makes me feel better. Doing my makeup makes me feel better. Doing my hair makes me feel better. So just doing little things like that bring joy to me and make me feel good and give me energy. That's, I guess, how I'm coping. And affirmations, like another affirmation that I always tell myself like every single day, especially now that I'm 6 months, is that my body was created for this. I always tell myself like your body was made to give birth. Like your body, like you've got this. I don't know why I love telling myself that, like prepare myself, like your body was made for birth. Like you got this. Your body naturally is going to know what to do. You have got this when it's time to give birth. When did you transition to a bigger size or wearing maternity clothes? So I feel like it was around the 20-something week mark, like maybe 22 weeks, where my leggings started to fit me. My jeans, I think, stopped buckling at around like 20 weeks. And then my leggings, they still fit completely fine. But like in the morning you wake up and maybe the bump isn't as big, but as the day goes on and you eat, it expands a bit. And then the band of my leggings was starting to feel tight. So that's when I was like, okay, let me try maternity leggings. And with maternity, you order your same size. You don't size up because it's made to expand around the belly. Best investment ever was getting maternity leggings. And some tops, like this top is from H&M and it is maternity. And I got it in a small. So yeah, like around the 22-week mark, I ordered a few things. And other than that, with regular clothes, some of my tops still fit me. But then some things look, like some things that I tried to size up looked a little frumpy. That's why I kind of prefer some things in maternity, because it's made to fit your shape. And I'd rather something be form-fitting in the sense that, like, you know, you actually show that you're pregnant, as opposed to sizing up and then it looking frumpy. If that makes any sense? But yeah, around that time. But everyone's body is different. You might show a lot quicker, especially if you've had a baby before, you start showing a lot quicker, or you might not show till like after the 20-week mark. So everyone's body is different. Just wear whatever you feel comfortable in. Have you done the glucose test? Barf. I have not. I haven't done it yet, but I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I have a feeling we're gonna schedule it tomorrow for like the next visit. I don't know, I'm not really worried about it. I hope it goes well, but again, I'm not one of those people that like stresses out in advance over something. I'll probably be nervous like the day of, but because I haven't even scheduled it, I'm like, whatever, when it gets here, it gets here. But yeah, I feel like some people say it's disgusting and some people are like, okay, it wasn't that bad. Hi, it's me from the future. I'm actually editing the pregnancy Q&A right now. And since I got to that glucose question, I wanted to give you guys an update. I'm 28 weeks now, about to be 29 weeks. That's how long it's taken me to edit that video, this video. But I took my glucose test. I took my glucose test a few days ago, and it wasn't bad at all. So I got there and I was anticipating the worst, just because everyone on the internet kept saying like, it's disgusting. Oh my God, like it's terrible, terrible, terrible. I get there, I get the drink, and the lady's like, okay, you have 5 minutes to drink it, but don't chug it. So when she said that, I'm like, oh my God, this must be nasty, because people probably want to chug it because it's so nasty to get it over with. That drink tasted so delicious that I wanted a second bottle. Like I was like, am I a psychopath that I think this tastes really good? I don't know, but it tasted really good. And I ended up passing, thankfully, so I don't have to do any more of that testing. But yeah. Are you planning to do a home birth? No, I'm not doing a home birth. I want to be in a hospital with my doctors and everything that this baby needs. I'm not doing a home birth. However, my hospital, I'm not sure if it's in every room. It might be in every room, but my hospital has hydro tubs that you can get into to relieve the pain, because water, like warm water, is supposed to be it's supposed to help relieve pain while you're in labor. So I hope I get one of those rooms in case I want to use a hydro tub. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember, but we did like a virtual tour, and the hospital's website was saying like, if it's an option that you can do like the hydro birthing tub, but you don't give birth in the tub. It's just like while you're in labor to relieve the pain. But then, yeah, you get out of the tub for birth. How did you survive through your first trimester? Morning sickness, all day sickness? Okay, you guys are gonna hate me, but I didn't get morning sickness. However, what I did struggle with the most my first trimester was extreme fatigue. Like something would just take over my body and I felt like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't stay awake. I would go to bed at like 8 p.m. and I was trying to stay up, and I would be like, okay, I have to go to bed. I feel like fatigue is hard because I would sit here and I would think, okay, is it in my head or am I really this tired? And now I know that I really was that tired. Like it was my body, like all the hormones and all the changes that are happening, you have no control over that. When I entered the second trimester, I was still not feeling so great. Like I was still dealing with fatigue. And then like mid second trimester to now, I'm like towards the end of my second trimester, I started feeling so much better. Energy was back up. However, I still have days where I don't feel so great. And by that, I mean like I still get really fatigued and I'll get really emotional. Yesterday was one of those days. I woke up, I was in a good mood, and then all of a sudden I instantly just felt really tired, and I felt very emotional. Like even when something good would happen, like I think I got a message from one of my friends and I started crying because I was just so happy to hear from her. I cried like 3 times yesterday, and I was like, literally nothing is wrong. And Randy came home and he was like, how was your day? And I started crying, and I was like, my day was literally just fine. I don't know, I'm literally crying because of my hormones, and I'm so aware of it. And I told him, I'm like, I'm literally crying because of the hormones, but I had a perfectly fine day. It's just like, it's so crazy how your hormones take over, and I was so emotional. And then today I woke up and energy was back up, feeling great. Did my makeup, I'm filming. So it's like you cannot predict how you're gonna feel day to day. It's crazy. Were you stressed before your first ultrasound heartbeat check? How did you handle it? Oh my God. So leading up to our very first doctor's appointment and the very first ultrasound, we were so like literally every day we would just like count down, like, okay, 2 more weeks, 1 more week, 3 more days. Like we were so excited. And when we found out we were pregnant, I took a pregnancy test every single day until I had my first ultrasound. I felt like, well, how am I supposed to know that my baby's okay and that my baby's still there? Like I have to take a pregnancy. So every morning I would wake up, take a pregnancy test, positive, we're good to go. Like that was my way of checking on baby. Then the day of the ultrasound, like when we were heading over to the doctor's office, I was so nervous. I was like sweating, and I was just like really nervous, and I was just like, please, please God, like let my baby be okay. Like let there be a baby in there, and like let there be a heartbeat. And we went, and it was perfectly fine. Like we saw the baby. It was like so tiny little alien fishy looking thing. And we heard the baby's heartbeat, and the doctor said everything was great, and it was such a relief. And to this day, like every time I have a doctor's appointment, I'm always like, I hope my baby's okay. Just be okay, baby. I just want my baby to be okay. Like every doctor's appointment is a little nerve-wracking. You just want the baby to be okay. What was your first baby purchase? Oh my God, I'm actually gonna grab it and show you guys what my first purchase was. This is my first baby purchase. My friend Natalie Munoz, she does videos here on YouTube as well. She launched her own brand called Not the Label, and she launched these hand crocheted, I think it is, throw blankets like for your bedroom and your living room. And then she also launched baby blankets. So when I saw that she was doing baby blankets, I was like, I have to get a baby blanket. And I got it before I knew if the baby was gonna be a boy or girl. So I got this neutral color. And yeah, this was my first purchase. It was this baby blanket. It's incredibly soft. I feel like I'm gonna keep it like as a keepsake because it was the very first thing I bought for the baby. And I cannot wait for him to be here and use it and take photos. So many people ask this, was it a planned pregnancy? If so, how long did it take you to get pregnant? So happy for you. Okay, so this pregnancy was kind of planned. Very early in the relationship, we would talk about long-term things, and we would talk about like what was important to us in a relationship, and what would be important to us in a marriage, and what would be important to us once we had children, and how we wanted to raise them, what values we wanted to instill in them, like what practices we wanted to use, like how we wanted to live our lives. And we have always been so aligned with how we wanted to do things. I would say it took us about 3 to 4 cycles to get pregnant. It didn't happen right away, but it also felt like it did happen relatively soon. Because again, we weren't trying in the sense of like every month, like we were on it, like making sure we had sex at a certain time. Like we would just kind of like go with the flow, and we decided, you know what, we feel good about it. If it happens, it happens. And it ended up happening. And we were both very, very happy and very grateful. Do you have a birth plan? I don't really have a birth plan. Maybe I'll write, like, I'm sure I'll write some things down like as I get closer. I have like 3 months to go, and I am a planner, but I'm gonna go with the flow kind of planner. Like I like to plan things just to have something in place, but I'm also very aware that with labor, you just never know how things are gonna go. And it is what it is. Like you just can't plan your labor, like you can't plan your birth perfectly. I feel like I'm acting so laid back about birth just because I feel like it's going to, like, it's just natural. Like my body will just know what to do. I trust my doctors, I trust my body, I trust Randy to be there with me and advocate for me for what I need him to. If you're currently pregnant, like, speak to your partner about what is important to you during your birth. I've started communicating with him like what things are important to me so that he could speak up for me, because sometimes you're in so much pain or you just feel like maybe defeated that somebody's not listening to you. So it's nice to have your partner there to speak up for you and advocate for you and just be there to support you. Are you having another baby? I think I'm gonna have this baby first and enjoy him and see how it goes. But I think it would be so nice to have a sibling for him because we both have siblings, and I've always thought that I would have multiple children, but now that I'm pregnant, I'm like, you know what? Let me just get through this pregnancy and let me get through birth and let me enjoy my baby, and I will see where life takes us and we will then decide. But I'm not making plans right now. Right now, I just want to focus on the one baby that we have. Guys, thank you so much for sending these questions in. Thank you so much for those of you who slide into my DMs and are so kind and encouraging. I feel like there's so many of us that are pregnant at the same time, and it's so nice to talk to you guys because there's so many things that you can relate to, like when you're pregnant with each other and get advice from each other. So thank you guys so much for always being so kind to me and encouraging, and I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.